Welcome back. So the next part of the series is looking at opening up the hips. If you suffer particularly with tightness in the hips and you're looking to relieve that, here are some exercises that we're going to go through. We're going to work into mobility, and we're also going to work into some stretches to help really open into the hip area. So whether you've got tight hip flexors, particularly tight maybe coming across the hip and into the glutes, then these exercises are for you. So I want you to come to a wall, placing your hand against the wall, whichever side we want to start with first. So with your right leg, we're going to start moving forwards and backwards. We want to make sure that as we stretch through the leg, that we are ensuring that the back is up tall. We don't want to be starting to move with the leg, okay, because the idea is working through the hip hinge, not through the back. Dependent on how tight those hamstrings are, it will depend on how high you're going to start bringing that leg up and back. Also, obviously, if your hip flexors are particularly tight, then that's another factor, of course. This is great though as a mobility exercise pre-squats, any sort of weight and leg training that you may be doing. From here we'll switch sides, so we go to the other leg, moving through, ensuring that back stays tall, chest is lifted. So you want to really look around sort of 10 repetitions, maybe a few more on each side. And then facing the wall, we're going to start working into your abductors and adductors, okay? So that's just your inner and outer thigh effectively, but it's what pulls up and into your hips. So it's a nice way to really open up through that, and you're going to find this opens a little bit to the glutes as well. So bringing the leg across. Again, you'll see that I'm not trying to move too much through my spine, I don't want too much lateral flexion, just literally just moving through the hips. Again, approximately 10 to 15 on each side, and we'll switch sides. And two more. Last one. From here, we're going to start working into a little bit of mobility in standing. Now I'm going to show you the standing version. I'm also going to show you how we do this on our knees. So for some people, balance may be a real issue for them. If you have a little pain as well in your hips, this might not be so suitable, so I should show you on the tabletop position as well. So standing up tall, okay, we're going to bring the right leg up. We're going to open the gate. So we're bringing the knee out to the side. We're going to turn the knee down. We're going to bring it back and bring it down and in. As you can see, that's probably my worst leg. So we're going to bring it up nice and tall, open, turn the knee, bring it in and bring it down. So we're really working through the natural movement of the hip rather than trying to force something that isn't there for you through the hip. And bring it down. Last time, inhale, open, bring it in, and bring it down. Again, around 5 to 10 of these on each side. Same again, coming the other, so we'll do it on this side now. So we're working into the left side, coming up, open, turn the knee in, bring it down, good. Bring it up, open, turn the knee down, bring it in, bring it down. One more time, bring it up, open, turn it in, bring it down. And then we're going to go for the internal rotation version of this. So from here, I'm just going to show from the side as well. So we're going to bring the knee up, push it back, open, turn the knee round, pull it in and down. Bring it up, press back, open, turn the knee, close the gate and down, up, back, open, turn the knee, close the gate, back down. Same again on the other side. Knee up, press it back, open, turn the knee, and bring it down. Sorry, I lost my balance there. Bring it up, bring it back, bring it open, turn the knee, pull in the gate, and back down. One more time. Bring it up, bring it back, open, turn the knee, pull it in and bring it down. So there's really gentle movements to just look at that mobilisation through the hips. So we're going to come to the floor and show you a similar version to this, which is effectively doing hip movements, so hip circles or openers, okay? So for this, we're going to bring our hands to the floor, and then we're going to bring the leg out. So we're squeezing the leg up, out, press it back, down and in. So lift up, out, down and in, up, out, down and in. You can then move into circles, so we're trying to draw that knee through. So just smooth out what we've just done there, just smoothing out. Work with what the hip wants to do. If you try to force, you start to feel things are clicking, then that's just really not great for you, okay? You must work with what your body allows. Everybody is slightly different. Although we all have the potential for the flexibility and mobility, we are all set up slightly different skeletally. So just be really gentle with your body, and then we're going to internally rotate it through, so bringing it up and over. So again, you can bring it up, out, bring it down, up, out, bring it down, and then just start to circle through. Okay, so we're just opening through. So it just helps to warm up through the hip there. And then we'll switch it down. So we'll do the same on the other side as well for me, okay? So coming round. And then from here, we're going to bring the leg up, open, down, up, open, down, up, open, and bring it down. So let's start to circle it. 3, 2, last one. And then externally rotate it out, up and over. 2, 3, 4. Good. And then just release. We're just going to sit back into our bottom, just stretch it out for a moment. So as we come to the ground, bring your feet together, back up nice and tall. So we really want to look now to open up through the hips a little bit deeper. So bringing your feet together or bring them slightly further ahead is great. And we're looking to keep the back up really tall. So we're extending through the back. And from here, place your hands either on the shins, or if you're a little bit more bendy, by all means grab hold of your ankles. Back up tall, chest lifted. And as you inhale, you're going to exhale and start to pull the body forward, pulling the elbows behind you. And you can feel the engagement into the back. And this time, although we would normally keep that back nice and flat, I want you to really focus more on the hips rather than your back today. So we're going to fold into this stretch. So to do that, maybe placing your hands a little bit further forward and taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, drawing those elbows back, leaning forward a bit further. I'll just show you from the side. Back up nice and tall, bringing it back, hold, nice deep breath in, exhaling, feeling that pressure down into the inside of the thighs. We push down with the elbows, taking another deep breath in, and as you exhale, releasing all the way down. Now that may be so far down, but it's enough that you can feel the opening into the hips. A nice deep breath in, exhaling, inhale, and with each exhale maybe coming down a little bit lower. What you don't want to be doing is finding that your knees are coming up higher and higher and higher as you try to come further forward. If that's the case, you may just need to bring your feet up a little bit further forward rather than bringing them so far in. Come back up, and then from here we're going to work on a forward fold, and then we'll look into opening up those hips as well. So back up nice and tall. So when I say forward fold, what I want to do is just really work to see where the tightness lies. If it's coming into the hamstrings and it's pulling up into the glutes, it then again can affect that sort of hip hinge movement that you may be experiencing, say for example in a deadlift or something similar like that. Or if you're just trying to do a forward fold standing and you're struggling to get those legs nice and straight, potentially the hamstrings are getting tight, again running into the hips. So from here, nice deep breath in. We're just going to look to move forward. So we're looking to open up and pull your hands down to the side of the body, pulling the body forward, feeling a little stretch here. Inhale, exhale. This time, inhale. As you exhale, we're going to get and pull forward, bringing the chin forward, just feeling that little stretch there. And exhale. Again, I'm not really looking for you to start pulling into hamstrings, that's for another series, but I just want you to feel where your range of movement is within that stretch. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is go into your hip flexor movement. So bring the knee back, bring the leg forward, and from here, facing forward, you take a nice deep breath in, and you're just going to start to move forward into what looks almost like a runner's lunge. Okay, so we're coming forward, opening up the hip, and then exhaling, walking it back, and then inhale, move it forward. So a little bit more mobility movement through here, opening up into the hip. Again, I don't need you to come back too much. I'm just working on your hips today rather than trying to go into hamstrings, etc. Move it through and then release. Switch sides. Same again. Walking it, move it forward, bringing it back, move it forward, bringing it back, move it forward, and bring it back. Good. The next one you can do from here is we're going to start to move that leg outward. So I'm just going to show you from the front. Hands are on the mat. You're going to bring this leg to the front of the mat for me, okay? So I'm just going to quickly show you how we're doing this. So the leg is coming to the outside of the hands. And from here, we're going to allow that leg to sink outward. So we're starting to really open up into the hip. Keep it here. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it back in. For those of you who are a bit more flexible, you may come down to the floor, but it's entirely up to you. So again, bringing the left leg out to the outside of the hands, drop the knee out to the side, open up. You can start to wiggle this leg back a little bit for a deeper stretch into the hip flexor. And as I was saying earlier, you may want to come down to the floor, but wherever feels good for you, feeling that nice deep stretch into the hips. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Walk it back up. For your final stretch, we're going to go into pigeon pose. You can't really avoid not opening up the hips without doing something like pigeon pose, which is a great final stretch and opener for your hips. So for this one, I'm going to show you from the side. So you want to come up into plank. And then from here, take your left knee, bring it to the outside of the wrist. You want to slide this back leg as far back as you can. Okay, so bringing it back. And then from here, we're going to sit up tall, nice and tall. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, start to walk yourself forward, feeling that stretch into the hip here. Okay. So most of you, you're going to find your bottom's probably coming away from the floor. You can support yourself here if you wish to. Otherwise, some of you may be a little bit lower, dropping that bum down, but making sure we're really working into that hip. So it doesn't matter where you are, as long as you can feel that stretch coming across the glute and out into the hip. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, release the head. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now this pose is great. If you can hold it here for about 1 to 2 minutes, by all means do. Come back up gently, tuck the toe in behind, open up, and then switch sides. So again, we're just going to come into that plank, right knee to the outside of the right wrist, slide it back, Nice deep breath in, walk it up. Okay, deep breath in. And as you exhale, walk it down. Just gently release. Again, you might find that for one side is a lot easier than the other. Some people will find them really quite almost upright here, whereas others will find they can come down a bit lower maybe. So each side will be dependent. Relax the head. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And with each exhale, thinking about sinking deeper into that stretch. Straightening out that leg at the back. Wiggling the toes. If you ever start to feel a bit numb. And slowly walk yourself back up again. Tuck the toes in. And now we're just going to walk it up. And final stretch out here. Just hang it down. Grab hold of the elbows. Move over to the left. Over to the right. Over to the left. And over to the right. Release to the middle. Shake the arms off. Shake the head off. Slowly roll on up. And then you are done. Well done. I hope you enjoyed that. As I said, these are just some examples of some mobility and stretching exercises you can do. There are further exercises that you could follow on with, but please do just try this out. See if this helps to relax, open up, and really improve the depth within your hips. Thanks so much.